Picture this. You've just met someone. They look you in the eye, shake your hand, smile. 10 seconds pass, and their name has already evaporated from your mind, as if it was never there. You think, am I just absent-minded? Or do I just have a bad memory for names? No, it's not absent-mindedness. It's not a coincidence. It's a psychological profile, and it says much more about you than you think. Hold on. What if I just don't give a damn about the person's name? And I wasn't even planning to remember it anyway. If I need this guy again, I'll just ask for his name again. Fair enough. There is a percentage like that, which I can already see in the comments. But what if we rule out that answer and look at it from a different angle? Today, we are breaking down 6 hidden traits of people who easily forget names. And I guarantee, by the end of this video, you will look at your own mindset completely differently. Here is what you've been told your whole life. Forgetting names is rude. It's a sign of selfishness. You're just not listening. Let's destroy that right now. Science says otherwise. Neuropsychology says otherwise. And life, if you pay attention, also says otherwise. People who easily forget names often possess a specific type of brain that works differently than the majority. People who easily forget names often possess a specific type of brain, a brain that operates unlike most, deeper, faster, differently. But this comes at a price, and we are going to break that price down piece by piece right now. Drop a like, subscribe, and let's go. Trait number 1, the absorb. In his book, Thinking, Fast and Slow, Daniel Kahneman describes 2 modes of thought, the fast, intuitive one, and the slow, analytical one. People with a dominant system 2, which is slow, deliberate, and analytical, often overload their working memory and lose track of small details like names. They aren't just listening to words, they are scanning the person. You meet someone, they say their name, but in that exact moment, your brain is already somewhere else. It's analyzing their gestures, their energy, their eye contact. It's building a mental model of this person before they've even finished speaking. The name simply gets lost in this data flow. This is called cognitive overload. Your brain is processing too much information at once, and the name, being the least emotionally charged element, is the first thing to get dumped. It's not selfishness. It's a feature of a highly active, analytical mind. These people are often brilliant observers. They notice what others miss, but they pay for it with forgotten names and lost keys. The question isn't whether you are listening. The question is, on what level are you listening? Trait number 2, the emotional filter. In his book, The Emotional Brain, neuroscientist Joseph Ledoux proved that emotional memory is formed entirely differently than declarative memory. Without an emotional anchor, information simply doesn't transfer to long-term storage. The brain remembers what it feels, not what it hears. Be honest. You remember the name of someone who impressed you, right? Someone who struck a nerve? Who sparked something inside you? But the name of the person who was just standing there? Gone. This is no accident. This is the architecture of memory. The hippocampus, your brain's memory center, works in lockstep with the amygdala, the emotion center. If emotions aren't activated, the information doesn't stick. A neutral person, a neutral moment, a neutral memory. People who easily forget names often live in a highly intense inner world, calm on the outside, a storm on the inside. And this storm swallows up everything superficial. A name without emotion is just a sound, just a sound. The 4th trait, scattered presence. In his book, The Wandering Mind, Michael Corballis explores the phenomenon of the wandering mind and its role in creativity and planning. He explains why being distracted is an evolutionary advantage rather than a weakness. The body is here, but the mind is already elsewhere. Have you ever talked to someone and felt like they weren't really there? They look at you, they nod, but they are gone. It isn't rudeness, it is the wandering mind, and it is one of the most underestimated traits of modern human beings. Harvard research has shown people spend almost 47% of their time lost in thoughts, unrelated to what is happening right now. We spend nearly half of our lives in another place. And in that other place, your name does not exist. But here is what is important. A wandering mind is not a defect. It is an engine of creativity, planning, and problem solving. The brain's default mode network generates ideas precisely during those moments when you are silent. The price of this gift is presence, or rather, the absence of it. And your name simply becomes a casualty of someone else's creative process. The third trait is visual thinking. In his book, The Mind's Eye, Oliver Sacks explores individuals with different types of visual perception and shows how varying modes of information processing shape completely distinct cognitive profiles. There are people who think in words, and there are those who think in images. For a visual thinker, a name is an abstraction, an empty sound with no picture, no shape, and no color. But a face? A face is data. It is a story. It is a living object that the brain instantly scans and stores. Such people will easily remember your face in a crowd a year later, but not your name. And it's not a lack of architects, designers, directors. There is a disproportionately high number of them who forget names because their brains are optimized for a different kind of information. They see the world differently. The fifth trait, a deep interest in essence. The book Quiet, The Power of Introverts describes how introverts and deep thinkers focus on the meaningful content of an interaction rather than its social formalities, which include remembering names. It matters to them who you are, not what you are called. Here is the paradox. People who forget names are often the most curious conversationalists. They want to know the real you. They are interested in what you think about death, about money, and about why you do what you do. A name is a label, and they do not collect labels. They collect people. This is called an interest in essence rather than attributes. Psychologists link this to a high score in openness to experience, one of the big 5 personality traits. Such individuals see straight through the surface. They seek depth. And while you are stating your name, they are already reading your soul. The name will come later, or it won't. But you will remain. Will. The sixth trait, high cognitive load as the norm. In the book Your Brain at Work, David Rock explains the limitations of the prefrontal cortex and working memory. When the cognitive load is high, the brain sacrifices secondary data. And names are the first to fall into this category. Their brains are always working at the limit. The final trait, and perhaps the most important one, there are people whose brains never rest. Even at night, even in silence, they are planning, analyzing, rethinking, and anticipating. It is not a choice. It is the default mode of operation. The working memory of such people is constantly occupied. It is like a browser with 100 open tabs. And when new information arrives, like someone's name, there are simply not enough resources to process and store it. This is not laziness. It is the overload of a system that is working too hard. Such people often achieve a lot. They think faster, see further, and feel more sharply. But they forget names, where they left their phone, and what they wanted to say 3 seconds ago. It is not a bug. It is the flip side of a powerful processor. Conclusion. You have been listening to all of this, and something inside you recognized itself. Maybe you have been angry at yourself for years, thinking that something is wrong with you, that you are inattentive, cold, and selfish. Stop. You are not cold. You are different. Your brain operates in a mode that most people do not understand because most people do not look that deep. And yes, it creates awkwardness. It creates moments when you blush because you forgot a name again. But behind this awkwardness is a gift. The gift of depth, the gift of foresight, the gift of true presence where it truly matters. The question is not how to remember a name. The question is how to accept yourself for who you are and learn to work with it, not against it. 6 traits, 6 portraits of one type of mind. absorbed, emotional, visual, wandering, deep, and overloaded. This is not a list of flaws.